Hello, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer. And I want to, before I get back to my readings, I have like a quick 20-minute break, but I really want to talk about the twin flame soulmate dynamic. I channeled something that I've been wanting to say, but I wasn't able to explain. But the South Node is in Aquarius, so I could channel this so much better. So when it comes to twin flames, stop trying to look for your twin flame. Stop trying to say that like this one person is your twin flame. The connection is legit. I'm not gonna say that it's not real. Some of you are being drawn to this, but twin flames relationships are hierogamies. A hierogamy is a marriage between God and goddess consciousness that uses your physical vessel. When you engage in a twin flame relationship, you're being a surrogate. That's why you have to surrender. And the whole misinformation here is that the twin flame relationship is something that you're supposed to seek. It's like an attainable goal. Honestly, like less than 10% of the human populace at any given time will experience a twin flame relationship. And that's because really it's not a big deal. Like you hear people saying a lot of twin flames are meeting each other, but it's soulmates. And people are a little bit ungrateful at one level and they imagine a lot more. So you feel that a soulmate is not enough. Like a soulmate is a great attainment. A soulmate is what you think is your twin flame. Because as a human vessel, you cannot be a twin flame or you will die. Okay? What your soulmate does, you have to find a compatible enough soulmate who can channel their higher self. The twin flame relationship is your higher self with their higher self having a hierogamous relationship. It's like, for those of you familiar with Avatar, both of you literally transform into an avatar state and then you make love, but you surrender control. So it's really not you. You'll experience it, but it's really not you. Okay? Remember this. A twin flame relationship is like two large conscious streams. And within those two large conscious streams, you have individual souls. All right. So I can meet a soulmate and we can connect, but we're part of a different collective. That's why there's some people who say they're Blu-ray twin flames or they're like different other kind of twin flames because the twin flame is bigger than you. I know I like to say Gemini is a twin flame, but Gemini, the energy and consciousness. But regardless of that, and what so a good reader said today is you need to drop these labels. Like if you're looking for your twin flame relationship, the reason why you haven't manifested it is because you have these labels which divide and separate. You're looking for someone to fit a certain expectation, and then you're the one stunning it when you're supposed to what? Surrender for the need to. So stop looking for your twin flame. Like if you want a twin flame relationship, you need to stop looking for it because you cannot be one. Like this is something your higher self finds you worthy to do, and then it's prearranged. It's supposed to happen when it happens. It's nothing you can control. Now, I do encourage you to manifest your soulmate. I do encourage you to tune into your soulmate. Okay? So you will have a soulmate relationship that feels like a twin flame. The reason people get carried away in emotions and they're like, I've never felt anything like this. This must be my twin flame. No, honey, it's your soulmate. Or they may not even be your soulmate. It's just someone you have fantastic compatibility with. You must have to have like a one night stand and just get it over with. But it's so important to let you know because even me, I myself have fallen in that trap of like twin flame, twin flame, twin flame, because it's exhilarating, it's spiritual. That's the whole purpose of the twin flame union, so that when you get out of that hierogamy, your connection to your higher self is flawless. But you need that yin and yang. You need another partner, and it's your soulmate. So when people are ready for twin flame relationships, they're going to attract their soulmate, someone that they met in a past life. And this is something that's lifetimes in the making. Like you don't just get together and do it. Some of you may gain with your soulmate to walk the path of the twin flame so that you can meet in a future life and do it. But the way this works is some of you have been with your soulmate for a while and you don't even know you're about to have a twin flame experience. And the experience comes from when you're both ready, the higher self, the hierogamy. Look hierogamy up, Hieros Gamos. That's a twin flame union. But remember, the reason why you have to surrender, if you notice, the last stage of twin flame reunion is surrender. It's not you. This is your decision to let your body be completely used and channeled by your higher self. You're entering an avatar state. Okay, this is the most important part. This is going to free a lot of you from this twin flame trap. Focus more on your soulmates. The height of the relationship you can have is soulmate divine partner. But we've kind of like Neptune's in Pisces, we've deluded ourselves to believe that like we need more when all you need in this world is a friend. And I'm trying to help you downgrade your expectations because there's so many people that I've heard say, "Yeah, this is my soulmate, but I'm looking for my twin flame." And it's like, yo, like go to your soulmate. Go to your soulmate. And the reason why it's hard is because you guys expect soulmate relationships to be easy. Unfortunately, I have to cut this video short. I want to make like an actual detailed explained video. It's going to be its own World War Zero. And the Yin Yang Apprentice episode is coming out soon. I got the PowerPoint working on it. But yeah, like don't disrespect your soulmates like this. Like you incarnate to work out issues with your soulmate. So 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. Like it's supposed to be challenging. You agreed with this person to go through some hardcore heavy shit. And if you keep cutting them off, people don't want real spiritual development. People want to feel good and people want that happily ever after, but they don't want to work hard for it. So you're going to have recurring patterns. If you are attracted to someone and you know when you have intuitions that they're your soulmate, if you have intuitions that they're your twin flame, it's not that they're your twin flame. There are candidates for being surrogates, all right, of the connection where your higher selves, like I know someone like this, her higher self is calling out to me. And it's like, don't worry about her. Like, you're supposed to surrender to your higher self so we can connect. It's bigger than you. Everyone who I have seen that has issues with this is trying to control the union, is trying to get more information out of it than they want. But like an ant in an ant colony, you know what I'm saying? They're not even gonna know who the person who put them in the colony is. They're not gonna be like, hey, I don't like this person you paired me with. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that, club. It's like it comes with a lot of humility. And the culture that we have here is very ungrateful and it permeates into what we do. It's that's not to say that you haven't done hard soul work. I don't want to dismiss this. That not all of you are ungrateful, but the culture of this permeates to the fact you don't even hear this in your language. And then not only that, there's so much misinformation on here. It's very reasonable that you be confused about this. I myself have been so much so. All right, so that's one thing I want to leave you with. The twin flame experience is just a label, but it is another name for the Hierogamos that your higher self experiences with another person's higher self. Your higher self and another person's higher self, the oversouls are greater than you. It's not all about you. And you, just like an ant colony, just like cells in a body, play out the divine orchestra. So you have to really, have faith and trust and not try and like work things out in your favor, but see what the lesson is teaching you and trust that you will get what your heart desires. The only thing stopping that is your doubt. Remember that. The only thing stopping that is your doubt. The only thing stopping that is your unwillingness to rise above challenges and to remember that the love in your heart is powerful enough to shed light to that soulmate who you swear is your evil twin, but then it's like, why do you think they were in your life? So that you can show them your love. Not that you can control and manipulate them with your love. Some of you like to do that. You're like, I spent all this time loving you. Why don't you love me back? No, honey, love is unconditional. You're not supposed to expect anything back. My Venus in the 12th house is no. We got this. But I'm just letting you know because the soulmate shit is going to get really real. And some of you are going to turn down your soulmates because it's not peaches and cream. Some of you are going to turn down your soulmates because it's very challenging. And this is that culture of not wanting to work hard for what you want. We want everything to come easy. Some of you really think that someone isn't your soulmate if everything doesn't work out great. If there's no differences in opinion, if everything just flows together perfectly, You know that only happens in movies, right? Like that only happens in fairy tales. Look at any marriage that has actually worked. You think they haven't had like any challenges? You owe it to your soulmate to show up. Even if they don't show up, you still got to move on and do your own thing, but you can't cut them off because I'm talking about for those of you who know who your soulmate is. Stop calling them your twin flame. They're not your twin flame. They're your soulmate. It's okay for them to be your soulmate. And you are going to have soulmate connections with other people. So don't do this possessive thing where it's like, oh, it's just one. You're going to choose one, all right, unless you want to choose more because you're more open, right? But yeah, there's different soulmate potentials. There's some soulmates that you connect with stronger, really, because you've put in more work in past lives with them. That's really what's going to lead to that, plus compatibility. And some of you are going to be attracting these soulmates, the ones that you feel are your twin flames. You're not wrong. It's just you're not the twin flame. Your higher selves are compatible. And this is how you can tell. If your higher selves are compatible, it's because this is the soulmate you've been in lifetimes with over and over on some Hancock stuff. Like you've been in lifetimes the most with this. That's usually going to be the one who you've now done the hard soul work through multiple lifetimes to facilitate this connection. But there's still so much more that has to be said about this. I want to break down the different types of soulmates, the divine partners, the dark twins, the yin yang twins. Listen, there's soulmates that have to come at the same time as other soulmates so that you make that decision. When some of you make the decision between light and dark, the universe is going to send you two soulmates, one that's all light, one that's all dark, and you have to make that decision. All right, it's rare unless you're a yin yang apprentice, you will meet another yin yang apprentice divine partner, but there's so much that goes into this. Some of your soulmates are your parents. All right, some of your soulmates are your friends, and it's the illusion of romance that causes us to divide. Well, that's not my soulmate because I can't have sex with that person and I want to marry that person. It's like it's deeper than that, my friends. It's deeper than that. You have to get out your ego and you have to really get in your spirit. And when you get out your ego and get out your crown, this is when you forfeit your identity and you come back into the oneness. That's what's going to help you know this twin flame stuff is bigger than you. All right. This is God and God is coming together. And when it comes through your vessel, it's also happening simultaneously to other people having similar experiences, just in a different local place and time. So keep that in mind. Once again, Hierogamos. Let's stop calling this thing twin flames. Respect your soulmates. Go back to those soulmates that are challenging. All right. If there's nothing you can do, move on. But don't think that it's over because not everything gets resolved really quick. And this is just supposed to let you know the spiritual warfare you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Are you praying for your soulmate instead of complaining? Instead of complaining about your soulmate, are you praying for them? Are you fighting for them spiritually? Do you even care what they may be going through, or you just care about yourself and what they're not doing for you? So the ones who love unconditionally are the real winners because they're not expecting anything. They just love it. That's the whole point of this, guys. So keep this in mind. If you have any questions about certain what you want me to touch on in future soulmate videos, this is just a sneak peek. I'm channeling a lot more about this because some of you are with your soulmates right now, but you're expecting them to look like a twin flame. You're expecting them to look like a model. You're expecting them to be A, B, C, D, and E, and they're not, and they'll never will be because it's deeper than that. It's not your ego. It's not an ego mate. It's not a mind mate. It's a soul mate. So go dig into your soul. Look at your moon sign. And until next video.